In this tutorial, we will take a look at creating a new site on this intranet and making a private site with unique permissions. This is going to be a new site exclusively for senior management. Starting from the home site, I'll select Site Actions and then More Options. I'll choose to filter by site templates and I'll use the team site. And I'll give the site a name. And a URL name. Then I'll click on More Options. And I need to limit the access to the senior management group. So in this permission section, I will select Use Unique Permissions. In this navigation section, the first question asking if I want to display a link to this site in the quick launch of the parent site, which is the home site, I will leave this set at no, since we will add a tab at the top to the site. For the next question asking if the site should be added to the top link bar, I'll leave that at yes. However, since this site will have limited permissions, only those individuals who do have permissions to the site will see the tab. Those who do not have permissions will not see the tab. And for the last question, asking if I want the same top navigation to display when I'm in this new site, I will change that to yes. And then I'll click the Create button. Because I selected to create unique permissions for this new site, I'm taken to a screen to set up those permissions. By default, SharePoint provides 3 levels of permissions: visitors who have a read-only permission in the site, members who can contribute and manage content on the site, and owners who have full control over the site. For each of these groups of users, we can select an existing group or create a new group specific to this site. SharePoint has provided names for these new groups, which can be changed, but I will use the names that SharePoint created. The name for each group defaults to the site name, followed by the permission level of visitor, member, and owner. Initially, the person creating the site is placed in both the member and owner groups. To add people to the group, click on the Browse button. The Create button is for creating new user accounts for someone who is not in your list of users when you browse the directory. So I'm going to add somebody to this members group. After clicking the Browse button, up in the Find box, I can type either the first or last name. And here's the person, John Keller. After double-clicking the name, it adds his name at the bottom, and then I'll choose OK. And then I'll add an owner, again clicking the Browse button. And I'll type her first name, Sandra. Press the Enter key. And I'll double-click on her name to select it, and then choose OK. So those are all the names I'll add for now. I can always come back and add more names later. So I'll scroll to the bottom and select OK. I'm now in the senior management site. You can see the tab was added to the top navigation for this site. This site looks like the others before we started customizing them. When I click on All Site Content, you can see the list and libraries built into this standard team site template. So I'll use the top link here to navigate back to the main senior management page. So next I will log in as a user who does not have permissions to the senior management site. Before I do that, I'm going to first navigate back to the home site. And then I'll click on the drop-down menu and choose Sign as a different user. And I'll be logging in as Teresa Murphy. Okay, so here I am at the home site. And notice the tab to the senior management site is not visible. A real great feature of SharePoint is that it does not display content to a user if they don't have permission to see it.